Living in my lake cabin meant peace, quiet, and a steady water supply from the main line that ran under the ridge. The line wasn't fancy, just an old utility route laid back when the whole area was farmland, but it did the job. Then, one morning, I turned the tap and nothing, not a trickle. At first I thought it was a burst pipe, but when I stepped outside, I found Karen and two HOA board members at the service junction box near the road. The valve handle was turned, padlocked shut, and stamped with a brand new HOA sticker. Karen spotted me and smiled like she'd just won the lottery. "Sorry, but you're cut off. Unpaid HOA assessments. Until you comply with community rules, no water for your cabin." I blinked. "Karen, you can't just shut off someone's water. That's illegal." She clutched her binder like it was scripture. The HOA board voted unanimously. Utilities are subject to community compliance. You want running water? Pay the fines. I didn't bother arguing, because what Karen didn't know was that the water main she just tampered with wasn't the HOA's. It was mine. See, decades ago, the original developer ran the plumbing line across the ridge as a single private utility. When the neighborhood HOA formed later, they never purchased or assumed ownership. Eventually, that line went delinquent in taxes just like the road parcel and the old bridge before it. And guess who bought the rights at auction? Me. That afternoon, I came back with a folder of deeds and a big red toolbox. Karen was still there, strutting around with her keys like a sheriff at high noon. "Back to beg for water?" she mocked. "No," I said calmly, kneeling at the valve. "Back to open up what you tried to steal." She jabbed a finger at me. "You can't touch that. It's HOA property." "Wrong again." I handed her the deed. "I own the water main from the ridge all the way down to the lake." Which means, Karen, you didn't cut off my water. You cut off your entire neighborhood's supply. Every faucet, every shower, every lawn sprinkler, all controlled by this line. Her smile evaporated. That's impossible." Just then, a neighbor walked up, furious. "Karen, my house has no water. What the hell did you do?" Another voice called from down the street. "Same here. Nothing's working." Karen's face went pale. I stood, locking the valve back open. "I'll keep my cabin supplied. But the rest of you? If Karen wants to play with pipes, she can explain to all of you why she nearly shut down the neighborhood." The neighbors surrounded her, demanding answers. She flailed with her binder, stammering about enforcement and rules. But nobody was buying it. I raised my voice just enough to be heard. "Let me make this simple. The HOA has no authority over water here. None. If Karen tampers with this line again, I'll revoke access, and you'll all be hauling buckets from the lake." The crowd turned on her instantly. "Is that true? You almost got us cut off completely. We pay dues for what, exactly?" Karen tried to bark back, but her words drowned under the angry chorus. She grabbed her binder and stormed off, muttering about misunderstandings. That night, as the faucets gurgled back to life, my phone buzzed with messages from neighbors thanking me for setting things straight. Karen thought she could shut off my water. Instead, she found out I held the valve to her entire kingdom. Sometimes control isn't about shouting the loudest. It's about owning the line everyone else depends on.